Another exciting video in this series. So this is our turkey. If you've been following along in the video playlist, Epic Holiday Dinners, or I think All Things Cooking, and if you just follow the channel, hey, like for you, because you followed my channel, you subscribed, right? You hit that notification bell, wherever that is down there. Anyways, this is now 48 hours after my turkey has been in the fridge. We did breast side down for 24 hours, then we did breast side up for 24 hours. So 48 total hours after it was nice and liberally salted. Anyways, you get the idea. Some people are confused. This is a 2-day dry age that I do. Some people think like dry age, it's got to be 60 days or 48 days or whatever. You know what? Dry age is whatever you want it to be. For me, this was a 2-day dry age, meaning I just put it in the fridge uncovered with some salt to tenderize the meat, to get that skin to crisp up beautifully when it goes in the oven. So that's what I did. Today we're going to talk about the butter, right? The butter that I'm going to put between the meat and the skin to moisten the turkey as it cooks, but also to add more flavor, right? To get more flavor into the turkey and into the meat. So here's the process. Weapons of war. I've got a silicone spatula. I've got a boning knife. I've got a chef knife. I've got some measuring implements. I've got a 1-quart measuring cup. I've got some seasoning blends. We'll go over all this in a second. And let's get to the process. Okay, so boning knife. You could use any knife you want to, as long as it has a very sharp tip. That's very important, just the tip. But as long as it has a very sharp tip. Like I could even use the chef knife if I wanted to. But the whole point is, once we get into it, we're going to show you that in this video. Once we get into it, you just want to get started separating the meat from the skin, so that then I can use my hands to go in there and push and separate the skin from the meat, so I can shove the butter in there, the seasoned butter in there. And we'll show you all that in a second. Okay, let's talk about the seasonings that we're going to use. So you've got tablespoon, teaspoon, half teaspoon, quarter teaspoon. What I've got going on here is about like a quarter of a cup, or let's say 3 tablespoons of chopped flat leaf parsley. You could use curly parsley, whatever works. What this does is this gives a nice grassy note, a fresh note to the seasoning and to your eventual turkey when you're cooking it and all that good stuff. Then I've got 1 teaspoon of paprika. I like this for the smokiness, right? I like that woodsy kind of smokiness that you get from the turkey. It almost gives it a quote-unquote smoked turkey flavor. If you don't want to put it in, you don't have to. It's not, you can use whatever seasonings you want, but this is what I like and this is what I use. Okay, then I've got a teaspoon of lemon pepper. There are so many varieties. There's McCormick. There's all these little boutique-y lemon pepper places that put out their own seasoning blends. Costco sells a version. Whatever you want to use, the whole reason for this is to try to get that tangy, bright, sassy kind of a note to the flavor profile. Then what I've got is I've got about a quarter teaspoon of cinnamon here. I like the spice, right? Not spice in terms of heat. We'll talk about that in a second, but spice in terms of spice. It's the holidays, right? You're making a Thanksgiving turkey. I just like that flavor profile that the quarter teaspoon of cinnamon gives. If you don't want to use it, you don't have to. Okay, next is a half teaspoon of thyme or rosemary. You could use either one or both. What that does is that gives you, again, a deeper grassy flavor that the parsley kind of set the seasoning up for. So thyme or rosemary, either one. If you have fresh and you want to use fresh, just double the amount, use a full teaspoon. Obviously this is dried, it's more concentrated, so that's why there's a half teaspoon. Okay, next over, quarter teaspoon of red chili flake. What the red chili flake does is it hits your tongue in a different way. It's just a heat thing. You don't have to put it in if you don't like heat, if you don't like spicy in terms of heat, but I like it. Then I've got about a teaspoon of cracked black pepper. So the black pepper and the red pepper hit your tongue in different ways. Black pepper is just, it's an essential of cooking, and I love it for the flavor. Then I've got a teaspoon of Himalayan pink Himalayan salt, whatever it is. You could use whatever salt you want. If you want to use table salt or whatever, you want to use your iodized salt, you want to use your Celtic sea salt, whatever floats your boat. I like this. This is what I use. Okay, so we talked about the parsley, 3 tablespoons or about a quarter of a cup. Now let's go over here. I've got a quarter of an onion Believe it or not, this thing exploded when I chopped it. But I've got a quarter of an onion. Like, take a full onion, cut it into quarters. 1/4 chopped up. Red onion is usually what I prefer. It has a unique flavor, taste, all that good stuff, so I like using that. You could use a yellow onion, Maui onion, white onion, whatever floats your boat. It's that onion and garlic combo that makes my turkeys super flavorful. And it gives it that just, oh, that like baked oven goodness flavor smell that you all love. Okay, garlic. This is about 5 cloves of garlic, or give or take around a tablespoon and a half, right? Tablespoon and a half of garlic. You can put more, you can put less. Try to chop it as fine as you can or you want to. I like to leave it a little chunky just so it holds up better in the oven. But anyways, you get the idea. Then I've got 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. That's just going to impart a nice tangy flavor to the mix. And then I've got 2 tablespoons of lemon juice as well. That's also going to give it a nice bright, tangy, sassy kind of a note. If you notice, we've got lemon juice and lemon pepper because they do different things to the turkey in the oven during the cooking process. The star of the show is the butter. This is 1 pound of butter, basically 1 block of butter, or if you want to measure it out, it's basically 2 cups. So 2 cups or 1 pound of butter. We're going to soften this. And then what I'm also going to do is I've got some olive oil here, and I'm going to put about a tablespoon of olive oil into the softened butter mix. These do 2 different things. The butter is basically moisturizing, tenderizing, or not tenderizing, but just keeping the bird moist and kind of being the vessel, like the train that carries the flavor to the actual meat as it cooks. What the oil does is the oil helps with the crisping, right? It helps to like give you that nice crispy skin, but also the olive oil will prevent the butter from burning during that 1 hour or so cooking process. And we'll get into that in the next video. So make sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, wherever that is down there. Also check out the description section, notification bell, all that good stuff so that you can follow along in this video series. So what I want to do is I just want to get right into it. So let's go ahead and soften the butter first. So I'm going to just take my full pound of butter here and put this into my bowl. Or actually, we can cut this up first. Let's see. Oops. So basically, I'm cutting it in half and then putting my 2 halves in here. And this is going to go in the microwave for about 20 seconds. I don't want to overdo it because it's okay if you get a little bit of melting, but what you want to try to avoid is you don't want the butter to completely melt. Otherwise, this has to go back in the fridge and basically constitute itself. But you just want softened butter. So about 20 seconds in the microwave usually does it. So let's see. We're going to be playing our Jeopardy theme song in the meantime, right? So let's go 20 seconds. Hit start, and so I can do this. Right? Good time to hit the like button. Play some music. I think everybody should be playing music as I go. You can actually see what's going on in there, I hope. As the butter kind of turns around, it's moving, it's moving, it's moving. It's just basically softening and doing its thing. So let's check it. And let's pull this over here. Oops. Okay, and let's check it now and see how we're doing. There we go. That's about soft. You could do like another 10 seconds maybe. I'm feeling that soft, but I want it just a hair softer. So maybe another 10 seconds or so. All depends on how hard or soft your butter was when you pulled it out of the fridge, right? So let's do another 10. And again, there we go. So figure, in my case, it was about 30 seconds to soften the butter to a good soft consistency. Like I said, it's okay if a little bit of it melts, but you definitely do not want to melt your butter. You could, you just have to stick it back in the fridge and then let it solidify itself. Okay, so now here's where things get messy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull aside my 2 knives. Don't need them right away. Measuring cup, we already got that. Let's go ahead and throw all of our ingredients in. So here we go. So we've got the paprika, right, going in. We've got the lemon pepper going in. There goes my damn phone. See if I can pause for a sec. Cinnamon. Let's see if I can get... Okay, spam risk. Damn it, spam risk. Okay, there's our thyme. Spam risk. There you go. Black pepper's going in. Red pepper's going in. Here goes my salt. Here comes my parsley. Right, so all the kids go swimming in the pool. Spam risk. Okay, hey, we're doing this live, so there's no cuts or edits. Anyways, now's the time to get my onion and my garlic into the mix. Let's get that in there. Here goes our onion. Right. Here goes our garlic. Okay. Then I've got my, Jesus, can the phone stop ringing? Okay, 2 tablespoons lemon juice going in, right? Everybody goes into the pool. 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar going in. Apple cider vinegar, remember, gives it a little bit of tanginess, gives it that little tart, that little kick, that little bite that everybody likes when they bite into the turkey. Okay, what you could also do if you wanted to is you could put a teaspoon of sugar in here to kind of balance out the saltiness. Actually, I think I will do that right now because I forgot to do it. But anyways, teaspoon. Going to grab my sugar. Here's my sugar. So I'm going to put in a teaspoon of sugar just to balance out the tart and tanginess of the lemon juice and the apple cider vinegar. So there's that. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to get my silicone spatula and just basically push, right, soften butter, still kind of semi-firm, not fully firm, but semi-firm. It's just a process. You just want to get in there, take your time with it, right? Let's turn and twist and get all this going. Okay, so I don't want to put you through the nightmare of having to watch 4 minutes of me doing this, or 3 minutes, however long it's going to take. I will be back very shortly with another video, so make sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and you'll see the next video where we're actually going to have all this mixed up, and then we're going to go ahead and put it inside the bird.